Wow, that was really nerve-wracking. I don't usually perform. I almost projectile vomited. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're uncensored, but projectile vomiting is not.
Alright, well, I got one more for you. I'm sort of a very proud bisexual woman. I'm also a proud rapper. I find a lot of interest in the way other rappers talk about women. I try to view it as just fascinating, you know, because otherwise you just get a little bit angry. So
I do this. Who really gives a fuck? It's tomato bullshit as whatever I want. Let's bring it to.
That was a different song. I'm sorry about that. So it's just sort of about my attraction to women at the same time that I'm trying to be a reflection for the way other rappers sound. And you can tell me whether or not that's a good reflection, bad, or indifferent, because at this point I don't even know how these people get famous.
Someone's listening.
Yeah. So this is my view from the top. Got bitches screaming, oh my god, oh my god. She must be the chosen one, zero flaws. Behind the camera, she ain't shit without those hollow jaws. She ain't shit if she don't show off those jaws. Take it off, take it off. Do the Taylor Swift bitch and shake it off. Shake it like a superstar till your ass falls on the asphalt. Yeah, I like to see good go so wrong. Always had a thing for blondes. Makes me go gaga, but even if you're not, I guess I'll take a shot. Long as you promise that with the top down, you still got a hot body. Yeah, she slays. Bitch has my ass praying that maybe someday I will taste that pussy. Damn, you push me. Now that's mayhem, but you're the only one that's gorgeous enough to knock 'em dead. Yeah, that's me, I win the bread, baby. I'm the head, so if you fuck with me, say goodbye to being fed. Cause I'm fed up with you, even when you're naked. Cause after you said you came, I knew you were faking. Yeah, babe, you used to complete me like you were bacon. Now I can't even get it up to your ass, shaking. I don't like games, girl, so quit saying that I'm playing. And if you think that I'm acting funny, it's cause you make me have to get fake. This is my view from the top. I got bitches screaming, oh my god, oh my god. She must be the chosen one, no flaw. She makes my heart go 0 to 100 a lot. Yeah, seeing pussy's different through this perspective. Views from the top, if you take yours off, it'd be much respected. Baby girl, please excuse my adolescence. If it upsets you too much, you can go teach me a lesson. I must confess, I like you best when you are undressing. It's like I am just lettuce, but you are the dressing. Baby, grab those handcuffs, cause you got me arrested. Choosing which breast you grab first is like choosing between Coke and Pepsi. So this is my view from the top. I got bitches screaming, oh my god, oh my god. And she must be the chosen one, no flaws. Behind the camera, she ain't shit. Yeah. Views from the top. Looking down on you, down on me, don't stop. 0 to 100, cause you're such a hot rod. Yeah, she loves me not. Who gives a fuck as long as she knows how to rock? As long as she can roll with me in a palace or a parking lot. Yeah, she ain't everything, but she's my thing. Pretty little thing is only thing is she's got a ding-a-ling. And if I hurt you, just remember that your feelings don't really matter, but money does. And fuck love, yeah, let's just fuck for fun. Cause you're not the only one, but you're one of barely millions. You ain't worth as much to me as these millions. So fuck me, fuck off, and fuck yourself. I don't care where you go as long as it's somewhere in hell. I just feel like that kind of sounds like how rappers talk about other women. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, you guys are so awesome, and I love every single word you all said. Yeah, but I want to hear you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's not the first time that we've had anyone rap here, but I will say that I wish it happened more often, so thank you for bringing that by. Now we're going to hear from Morgan Coleman. Come on up, Morgan.
Hey, look, the microphone's just right sexy.
Yay! Give me 1 second. Gotta have that one set up. Alright. Sorry, first time ever performing anything in front of people, so just give me a second. So
Yeah.
Yeah, deep breath, that's good.
Never take me to a subtitled movie, because in all honesty, I'll probably fall asleep. Not because I don't find the imagery beautiful or the language breathtaking, but for the simple fact that I can't read. Now don't give me your faces of pity or curse the education system for my illiteracy. Give me a second to explain what I mean. I see most words dacwarb. I flip D's into B's and M's into W's, and P's can be so many different things. In 3rd grade, they told me that words would not be my thing. I've had people apologize for my mental deficiency, and for years and years, those words ate at me. Until I wished for a world with only capital spelling, so for 2 seconds, I could feel normal. Until I realized what this mind trick gave me. For when you see a world upside down and reversed, you are aware of all the different possibilities. I can build skyscrapers in my mind of things that should be. You ask why for simple things, and I wonder why not? Why can't they be? So yeah, take me maybe to that subtitled movie. And wonder, and when we leave, ask me what those words spoke to me. All right, and I've got one more. It's not a poem, but I feel like in the time that we're in right now, it's something that we all need to remember. Some people are destined to meet, be it for a simple eye glance and a smile across a crowded train, or someone that you will know and love for the rest of your life. Your life may never fully intertwine with strangers you talk to while standing in line for Starbucks. Even bonds you think will hold forever have a way of breaking, but every moment of connection is important. A single smile can change the course of a day. A gesture of kindness might even save someone's life. Don't ever forget that every moment, no matter how small of a connection, is important.
Morgan, you left your hand up here. Thank you so much. Thank you, and what I was thinking as she was letting us know that that was the first time ever was, you came to the right place to do it for the first time. I just knew that you were going to get a lot of love, so I hope that was a good experience for you. Yeah, good. I hope you come back too. All right, and next we're going to welcome once again, and there will be some microphone chicanery about to happen here, Dane Deloyd. Come on up, Dane.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. That's a little better. That's a little better. All right, I'm gonna do 3 pieces. I do have a book to sell. I'll do 2 pieces from the book. The first piece I'm gonna do, it's not political, but it's about procrastination. So it's called Time Is. Tick, 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 tick. Tick tock tick, ring the alarm with a lick, 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 shot, lick it what you got with a stick, 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 cop, stick, as you move with your click, click, block, click, now take your In the concrete jungle, the bomb beat rumble. Though Negroes rap with that mumbo jumbo mumble. Empires crumble, I'll still be humble. Days tumble and the words that fly like brundle. Help me from the chains of the wealthy. Down low trooper, just the one super stealthy. Redeeming the time for days are evil. Beats painted to pandas, words canvas to the easel. Bug like boll weevil. Infect insect MCs who claim they cock diesel. It's plain to make it simple. Rain makes a dimple before the deluge. Water mass is huge. 3/4 of the earth is used and abused from all those tainted minds that's misused. Led to the burnt flesh and tissues. And they try to say that race wasn't an issue. The time is tick tock tick, ring the alarm with a lick, 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 shot, lick, get what you got with a stick. Stick, cop, stick, now as you move with your click, click, block, click, now take your shh. Time increments, intense rhythm instruments. Vibe with the tribe, more than 7th sense. Filled full with what? Destiny's date. Push the button, pull the lever. It's time to burn the state of being. Fools are leaning on illusions, seeing confusion. Totally lost results as the chaos. Tempting us with 666 never meant to pay us. I quote Pursuit of Honor. There's gonna be drama. Put on the suit of armor in the valley of death. Remnant's purpose is to him those that is left. Up in reverse to the grave, jesting. Ran down the Sadducees' funeral procession. Flow bodies, the mausoleum. Selling plots for the cream, quoting, I have a dream. Luciferian doctrine, rocking a scheme for locking a team of thugs. Stopped by Glock with a beam, collected 5 in a hurry. Died in a flurry of lead instead. I'm alive but like buried as dead. In a strange land underneath the sands that the hourglass said. The time is now. Thank you, that was a warm-up. All right, I got 2 songs. These are all songs. I got other poetry and I'll eventually get to it, but I got a book, so I gotta do the songs. This one I'm gonna ask for some crowd participation because she was asking for crowd participation. Now it's real easy. The hook is, how much will that? And then the crowd says, man still. And then I say, how much will that?
Man still.
Very good, okay, all right. It's called How Much. Number 11 in the book. How much will that man steal? 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 How much would a man steal for bread? Maybe just enough so he won't be dead, and enough so his family stay fed. How much of what you heard goes unsaid? The beast came to bleed us, unabated, from the fetus to the post-mortem, outdated, not just the latest elitist. You see, my peoples died on the cross, next to Jesus. Resurrected hunger from the next sector, tarred and feathered for revenge, unfettered to the letter, the dim-worded for those who never heard it. Only the falsely accused and the murdered, but not forgotten. The same ones who picked cotton on a sugar cane Haitian plotting, still punished. Punitive damages cumulative. Kept the 40 acres fakers do what they did. They separate the poverty, and oddly, whatever I say I see gets labeled oddity. The good thief stole more than a butter roll. A la carte gravy with mashed potatoes. For bread, maybe just enough so he won't be dead, and enough so his family stay fed. How much of what you heard goes unsaid? How much will that man steal? 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 Not known as commodity, just an oddity. The X to the radical question mark prodigy. Rage all you saw in me, I offer no apology. I'm cold as a slalom sea. I tell them solemnly, no refunds on no return policy. I took what was mine, you took what was yours. My investments vetted, you sweated like pores and watered down your profit margin like cores, while I knocked down doors and underwritten tours just to get ahead a bit. You had the horse and it was carroted, but still couldn't get ahead of it. While they was looking north, I seeped into the sediment deep where there's no residence, only beats and medicines, not for the hesitant, where hair being peasy and getting fat off measly meals ain't easy. Greasy wing of thigh potatoes to fry, but I had to eat quickly cause my biscuits was dry. For bread, maybe just enough so he won't be dead, and enough so his family stay fed. How much will that man steal? How much will that man steal? I see what you're saying. That goes without saying. But how much is never enough? And that's the reason why, every season I deliver like the pies and strudel. Because I use my noodle for bread. Okay, this is the last song on the first side. It's called Don't Love You. Yeah. They don't love you. They just want your body so they could steal your soul. They don't love you. They don't love you, no they don't. They just want your body so they can steal your soul. Lost in the city of Los Angeles, holy for holies, eating hot tamales to get your Jolly Joes on. The flow's on with no coupon, the discount rate to discount the hate and move on. And around your whole life but couldn't dodge the faded and can't pay to fake it. It's that misguided love that gets you bludgeoned by a coven of witches whose mission was to covet the love that they wasn't given. Both chicken heads and pigeons, pussycats and kittens, luring the indigenous and string them up with ribbons and give them religion, then quash their emotion, feeding them poison and rub them down with lotion, then turning them in circles till they got that motion sickness. Then when they fall down, continue blaming the victim, and then continue blaming the victim again. They don't love you. They just want your body so they can steal your soul. They don't love you. They don't love you, no they don't. They just want your body so they can steal your soul. No love in the city or the county or the state. No love, intervention, a nation of ingrates. As haters step apart to stare, teeth sucking glare, waiting to act fake and be a betrayer. The backstabbing pose you can't juxtapose. They can't wait to catch you sleeping. Don't doze. You give them the shirt off the back and rest of your clothes. But when you're butt naked, then they step on your toes. It's a sad, sad story, but that's how it goes. Alliances end when your friends become foes. See, it's trending a lot. You share the same spot. The ones closest to you continue to plot because they don't love you. They just want your body so they can steal your soul. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. Okay, now please say hello to Matt Harmon. You out there somewhere, Matt? All right, come on down.
I just want to say thank you, because this is an awesome, beautiful spot to be, and thank you. But I too am usually in the visual art form, so this is a new experience, but 2 short pieces. Lacking ritual of death, spirit seeks a cycle. Words of ancestors vibrate blood. This soul, this energy, seeks a cycle. where skin-deep routines won't satiate as ancient words seek reprisal. One second, please. Subtle outlines shimmer on the horizon of the heart like a moat in water. Every move to grasp sends it farther. So that was it. I should have said this before. Yeah.
Why don't you read that last one over again?
Sure.
Barely got it.
I'll say this again, though. I should have said this beforehand, but both of these are focusing on the theme of nostalgia.
Of what?
Nostalgia?
Oh, nostalgia.
It's okay. Once again, subtle outlines shimmer on the horizon of the heart like a moat in water. Every move to grasp sends it farther.
So all of the venues that have been kind enough to host Ghost Town Poetry Open Mic have had to be patient, have had to be willing to be here late into the night, and pretty soon, in a few minutes, they're going to, stop serving. So if you need anything, this is your last chance, and also so that they can go home at some kind of reasonable time. If you haven't paid them, please do that very soon. And we are definitely in the home stretch. We're coming into it, but we got a few more to go. And the next one is someone who has been here before, and we would like to welcome her back again, Diane Cameron. Come on up, Diane.
So Tony and Chris, I was actually, when I wrote this, I was kind of thinking of you guys. Yeah, and you'll see why. Letter to a mother of sons. My daughter is dating your son. He's met our family, joined us for Christmas dinner, and prepped the salad. But what you don't know, mother of sons, is that my daughter thinks that she can take your son in a fight. Decided this on the first date. 5 years of kung fu and 2 trophies will do that to a girl. She would never actually throw a punch, or even throw a drink in his face, like she's seen in so many movies. And she's a good girl, pretty and sweet. But this former cheerleader knows how to block a knife, how to break boards with a single kick, and when to keep what she knows to herself.
I've met Diane's daughters. I wouldn't mess with any of them, you know? Sweet girls, but yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with that. Couple of more quick announcements, because you probably know April is National Poetry Month. We've got some cool stuff coming up. John Sibley Williams, who's a Portland writer who is probably the most successful person I can think of at getting his work out there in a million different places. He's had a bunch of chapbooks, has offered to come and do what I think is a really reasonably priced chapbook workshop, how to put together a chapbook, how to get it published. And he's going to do that on April 1st, the first day of National Poetry Month, right here in this room. It's 2 to 4 p.m. and $15 for that workshop, so please come in if you want to learn about putting your chapbook together. And then on the 22nd, as Rainey mentioned earlier, but it bears repeating because Herb is such an important part of our community, Herb Stokes has been coming and supporting for such a long time. And in last fall, he put together this beautiful book of poetry and prose and barely mentioned it to anybody, really. And so we thought that's not cool. We have to do something about this. So we're going to celebrate him on April 22nd. I believe that's a Saturday. It'll be in the evening, and there will be cake. So please come by on the 22nd to celebrate Herb and his new book, and possibly buy a copy. It's thick. I don't know if you saw the book that Rainey was waving around, but it's a lot. There's a lot of years of work that went into that book. All right, and now I believe, I've been wrong before, but I believe this is another person coming. Sorry? Yeah, 6 o'clock on Herb's reading. Sorry if I didn't mention that. I hope I get this right. It looks like Elia Mays, is that correct? Is Elia here? Oh. Well, correct me so that we can show you respect by saying your name correctly. Elia. Please say hello to Elia, everybody.
So I've never been here before, but I wrote this poem recently, and so we'll see how it I can always count on numbers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89. The list keeps spiraling, growing bigger and bigger, spreading out its branches, connecting everything together in one big system. I stroll through gardens, picking just exactly what I need to make my flower pot have equal amounts of color. I make sure to keep all the roots intact, adding and subtracting dirt where needed, taking the time to smell the radicals. Vines reach out to me with perfectly ripe fruit, just prime for eating, placing them in my picnic basket. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. But despite how much I love my mathematical corn maze, I've found I don't see many parallels from its orderly roads to my everyday life. No matter how many times a teacher says, "You will use this in your everyday life." My everyday life doesn't come to perfect perpendiculars. It's confusing and spirals out of control, making scribbles all over my graph that I was just trying to make look pretty. But I found I'm okay with messes. I guess I find their chaos comforting, and that's probably due to how jumbled up I am inside. Going from crazy situation to crazy situation, smiling through all of it, hoping, knowing there's that one friend that knows when your smile is genuine, and when your tears are too, but not caused from the joke, not from laughing too hard, perhaps thinking too hard. Going down that old road, gazing out at the fallen down fences, pickets plucked, horribly, haphazardly torn from the ground from the family that once fitted perfectly together. Watching a distant figure kick at the wood, wouldn't you like to know why you scream out? And they turn their back, picking up the pieces that they can in their arms and taking them with them. The arms that you thought would always be there to pick up the pieces of you, now just leaving you with splinters. You see silhouettes slinking around the corners of your mind. From the boy you dated who you're pretty sure is now gay, to the boy, your best friend who you had a slight crush on, even though he told you he was gay. To the boy you broke when you broke up. To the boy who slowly and carefully removed the pieces of the broken boy from your skin that were there since the day he shattered. And the new boy sewed up the wounds you made on yourself with the one from before. He knows that you won't ever forget. And he understands how it feels to regret. Even though you constantly quote the lyrics, "Forget regret or life is yours to miss," he knows that you are a hypocrite. But you're trying not to be. And he gives you your space, lets you put galaxies in between the two of you, because he knows that the next day you will look up at the stars together, pointing out Cassiopeia as always, and maybe a small planet to the right that definitely wasn't there the day before, but showed up when you leaped from the space shuttle with an endless rope that you were so close to untying. But remembered the boy at the end of it and let him tug you back in, encasing you in a hug like the atmosphere that so adamantly refuses to let the earth ever think it's alone, reminding it constantly it has someone to look to. I like words. I like words because I like imagery. I can say, a girl stands with her mouth agape. Now, you may picture a lanky woman in her 50s with brown hair and dull blue eyes staring at something you can't quite make out. I may picture a stubby blonde child waiting in her fluffy dress at a pageant. But they both have one thing in common. This. For that one moment, they are connected. The woman is staring out the window through the building across the road. She is staring at the young girl, the one with the big eyes and the smile that's forced but genuine. She is waiting. She sees the woman staring, and jaws drop. For that one moment, they are connected. For infinite moments, always they are connected, and they will stay connected just as you and I have in this moment. For in this moment, it is real. and we have both shared a vision. And we witnessed their moment, so when we remember our moment, we'll think back to theirs, which they will share again and again, over and over and over and over for as long as we remember. And when we don't, someone else will. The man sat next to the woman, the sister gazing upon the child. Their moment will replay incessantly, and we have shared their moment as our own forever. I can say, a girl tries to explain something she doesn't understand herself. A girl stares into an audience of people wondering if her words have any weight, if they can see the block letters of words she is trying to convey of ideas that aren't fully formed. She wonders if they can see what she does. She can see two people instantly connected, mouths agape, staring at each other, through walls and barriers 1,000 feet wide, through figures of constant movement, of energy, through seas of unknowns, unawares, uncarings, and uninviteds. They stare and see each other. They break through this barricade for one moment, to share one moment of connection. Right now, in this moment, we are connected. Words help me to connect. Words help me describe what I see, what we can see together. An indelible image concocted from hastily picked colors and vaguely reminiscent memories or dreams made in a moment. An image that will continue on again and again, over and over and over and over and over, for as long as someone is willing to look. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alea. And now, I want to welcome back someone that has been here before, and tonight I want to thank her because I know for a fact that she is telling her friends about how great this reading is because they're right here in the front row. So thank you to anybody who's willing to talk about what their ghost town experience was and invite people to come by. And so happy to hear her poetry again. Please say hello to Desiree.
This isn't gonna work. Can you help me?
Yeah.
It is really invasive. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. We're good? Yep. All right. First, I'd like to make an announcement. Voice Catcher, it's an online journal for trans and cis women, and it's open for submissions right now until March 31st. So if you identify as that, send in your poetry, prose, or art. And Edie and I are a part of that. We're on that team. So we'd love to, well, it's blind, so we wouldn't really know it's you, but just send your work in. It's a really great journal. Oh, voicecatcherjournal.org. Yeah, thanks. Float. 1. Frogs mate in March. Some better singers than others. Their chorus crashes into my ears. I exit the car, 7 steps to the porch, 4 steps to the house, 1 turn of the key, and your scent floats up and through my nose. Frozen. I stand, arms full, hands holding bags of stuff forgotten in the car, stuff I bought for you, for us, before the note, before the leaving, before the jump, off Green Gate Bridge. 2. Backflip off boats, your favorite trick to impress the ladies, to impress that voice, the one that told you everything you weren't, everything you couldn't be, everything about you was wrong. Cold Colombian slaps the bottoms of your feet, your dad's feet, strong feet, feet that walked the deserts of Iraq but couldn't hold you up. That voice, the one with so many opinions, silent. Nothing left to say. Currents, undercurrents, undercurrent, keeping you in place, keeping you down, so you can't float back up. The second and last is really, really new. So I'm going to give this a run, but I'm a little nervous about it. So, what they taught me doesn't add up. You see, when my aunties gathered around the table and I was a good girl, seen and not heard, they taught me to fear the black woman. She can't be trusted. She'll wait for you after school and her friends will circle around, and she'll beat you up for no good reason because you're white, because they're like that. The girl who kicked my ass wasn't black. She was white and poor like me. She waited for me outside gym with her bestie, and they fisted my face until I fell to the ground. What my mom and her sisters raised me to believe didn't add up. You see, I was told to never love a black man. My grandpa told my mom to never bring a black man home, or else he'd be at the door with a gun and her bags packed. So she ran off with a white man at 16, who drank too much and choked her out and called her a whore. What Grandpa said didn't add up. The math was wrong. You see, I was told that Indians are dirty, unclean, and they just don't take care of anything. Their house is filthy, their yard's a mess. My grandmother scrubbed the driveway every Saturday, letting the hose run and water and bleach run, down the drive, to the gutter, to the drain, to the ocean. Water was only served upon request. Toilets flushed only when full. On Saturday, our driveway sparkled. The white neighbors left cars jacked up in the yard, sofas on the porch, dogs chained to the tree, but Indians are dirty and need to change. I couldn't do the math and come to the same conclusion. You see, I was told that Polish people were stupid and the best jokes were about them. I was told that Mexicans were lazy and the best jokes were about them. My dad liked Portuguese jokes better. He said they were thieves who couldn't speak English. He said these things in front of my mother, who was Portuguese, and that made me and my sister Portuguese too. My dad still tells jokes. One wrong and another wrong doesn't add up to any rights, but I told you, I'm not good at math. You see, I was told to fear the stranger, the man I didn't know. Be cautious, lock your doors, look in the back seat, move to the other side of the street if you feel unsafe. But the boy who raped me wasn't a stranger. He wasn't black or native. He was the nice white guy. His parents owned their home. He stalked me in the daylight. I didn't tell. He wasn't scary enough for anyone to believe me. You see, what I was taught doesn't add up. Even with my subpar math skills, the equations are wrong. The other is not my enemy. The wrongs in my life have been done by people who look like me, talk like me, live with me. That adds up to something. All those experiences of hate and hurt, that adds up to understanding that race hate is passed like dishes at the dinner table from one generation to the next. Internalized, digested, and shit into compost. Spreading and cultivating. If I don't stop and do the math and break it down into ash and dust, I'll pass it down to the next generation. You see? Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Desiree. Now please say hello to B. Garth. Is that the right way to say your name?
Yep.
All right, say hello to B. Garth, everybody.
Right, hi. This is my first time being here also. It's really amazing place. So, first poem here is called The Winter Cat. The coyotes trail unwary cats, chasing them up apple trees, waiting for the cats to tire or sneak down the trees due to hunger or wish to escape the bitter cold. It is a wary cat that watches and waits under the eaves of its owners. The snow rises, and there is a shadow from the hills in the afternoon. In the evening, everything is quiet, except for the yipping of the coyotes, while the cat sleeps its eyes half open, dreaming of the summer when the dog-like beasts will retreat to the hills. Okay. This next is called The Shortest Day of the Year, and I wrote this when I was living down in Eugene, so it's different than here. Okay, The Shortest Day of the Year. Shriveled oyster mushrooms hang like yellowed paper plates sticking out of a tree stump. A gray mullein plant, the witch's candlestick, shields its broad velvet leaves on the side of the riverbank. White gulls settle on an outcrop, slightly shaking their feathers on the slab-like slate-green river, while trees, sticking their bare branches high into the air, can't quite reach the fog which drifts like a cold, vaporous ghost above them. And finally, this is a poem. I wrote a series of poems about a friend of mine who's a really great poet, though unknown. He had a chance of being quite known, but he decided not to. But anyway, this one is called The Hat. He used to like to wear hats, and I like wearing hats too, so it kind of happened that I wrote this poem. The Hat. His black derby hat hovers in the air, as if he were still sitting on his couch, the elaborate light French print of candelabra etched on the silver velvet drapes shimmers behind him. His eyes, deep, penetrate his absence, the couch still indented from his heavy frame. On the table, his glass sits waiting to be filled with fresh ice and Jack Daniels. "Where did you go?" I ask him. "You disappeared so suddenly. We all miss you terribly." He smiles his slow, deep smile and puts his hands on mine. "Take heart. I'll always be with you whenever you think of me," he whispers. I look askance. How can that be? But soon I realize what he means. My old friend is still there with me when I sleep or when I put on my hat and go wandering out on my daily walks, looking up at those bare-leaved trees, their huge branches beckoning, strong and filigreed. He speaks to me of birch, willow, and oak, of diamond-sparkled waters and deep springs. I see his large form move from oceans and lakes, streams and forests, his hat still hovering. "Put it on," he says. I look and wonder, should I? I imagine him gone in a puff of etheric smoke, winking at me, his hat spinning up into the center of the universe, while roots hang down, filling the air with arabesque patterns, his sweet, resonant voice echoing off the curved bell of his hat. "We are free," he says, "free to be who we want to be, free to say anything." And my heart goes out, since I know he's right. I take the gift of roots and the hovering hat, realizing I can access him, realizing I can access myself anywhere, anytime, in this difficult yet beautiful planet, in a teeming universe full of trees, light, and water, whether corporeal or not. Thank you. I have an announcement also. I'm an artist, but I'm a poet, but I also am an editor for an online magazine, and I'm always looking for poetry and art and stories and social, political, metaphysical, and health commentary, so it's quite a range. It's called EOS, The Creative Context, and I don't have cards for it, but I do have cards for my art, so you can get in contact with me if you're interested. Thank you.
Could you spell that?
Oh, Ea, it's like the goddess of the dawn is called Eos, E-O-S, and then afterwards it's The Creative Context. Thank you.
Yeah, if this is your first time here, I want you to know that I have for a while been doing a monthly poetry newsletter, mostly focused on poetry events, submission calls, workshops in the Portland and Vancouver area. There's a list up here that you can put your email on if you'd like to know about that. But I also want people to know, and you probably noticed this happening already, that anyone from the community who has something going on that they want to communicate to the community, whether it's poetry related or not, we like to make this a space where people can share that stuff. You can get up and make the announcement quickly. You can leave postcards or flyers here, or you could request of me or Tony to make an announcement for you. But we want to make sure the community knows that this is a way to get the word out about stuff that's going on. Okay. So I want to thank John Stevens for this poem, because we did an exercise in the Multnomah Art Center class where I asked them to bring photos, and then we passed the photos